Let's get started.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
Do not attempt to adjust your dial. I'm transmitting live. Yo,
Let's get down to business.
Now let's get it all in perspective. We did it like that, and now we do it like this.
All right.
for the underground world, every street and borough.
You may learn something.
Experience.
You're now listening to the Joe Rogan Experience with Chico, Simon, Kamar, and your host, Matt Floyd.
Welcome to the Joe Rogan Experience. My name is Matt Floyd, joined as always by Kamar
Welcome to the party.
and Simon.
Welcome to the party.
What we do here is very simple. The three of us have listened to every episode of the Joe Rogan Experience this week. We are going to rate each episode as well as the week on a scale of 1 to 5 Jamie Vernons. We're then going to talk about each guest, the talking points, give our opinions, this, that, and the next. But first, Kamar's going to go over the new patrons.
Why, thank you, Brother Matt. Hello, old listeners and new listeners alike. This is my favorite part of the week where we recognize people who support the Patreon, that which keeps the wheels on the rails. This week we want to give a shout out to Tyler Small. Tyler Small is the illest.
What up, Tyler?
What up, Tyler?
And that's the only Patreon, but of course, thank you to all Patreons.
Okay, well, you missed the person that upped there, so I'm going to give them a shout.
Oh, the ups. Yep, I hadn't
No, that's fine.
carried the two.
I'm on
But
it.
Tyler Small, you the man. And all the Patreons, you the man. And not former Patreons,
What about ladies?
you the ladies.
There you go. That's better.
Oh, of course, I can't find it now. Can't. Okay. Kamar, how was your week?
Kevin Gomila,
Yeah, Kevin Gomia, thank you.
and it is pledge. Fuck,
Thanks,
way to go,
Kev.
Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. You deserved a shout out last week. We missed you, so you get double extra shout outs to Kevin this week.
Kev.
I feel like he's related to Godzilla.
Because of Gomilla?
Well, it's kind of racist, but I'm not sure.
That's it.
I haven't worked it out yet. Kamar, how was your week?
Oh, this has just been the best week ever because I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but I did this crazy show in Burnstown. No, it was a crazy show, but it was a super cool venue, an old schoolhouse. Burnstown's about an hour away near Arnprior.
Okay.
And this guy converted this schoolhouse into he's got like a cafe and then tents outside where like people eat. And then where the schoolhouse is, he's built a theater.
Did he just do this? Like, is it
No,
new?
It's got to be around for like 3 or 4 years.
Okay, because I saw a church for sale.
There's a church across the street. This is a schoolhouse now.
Oh, this is a school. Sorry, it was a church. Yeah.
But like
Gotcha.
one of those old school, it's like from the 1800s where there would have been all the grades in the same room, but they have like
There's a pile of native dead bodies out back.
I think that joke was made, but there's like Hawksley Workman, Stephen Page, like all these people play at this. It's just called a cafe, and in the summer they have a shed. This year, Sloan's going to be there. Big Sugar, like it's super cool. In the middle of there's 8 houses literally, but there's 2.
So they get all the washed up
was just-
Canadian
I was
bands
just gonna say
to come to their old
I
schoolhouse.
guess-
No, it's cool, man.
I guess
like
all
it.
Canadian bands are washed up, but it's
Well, you said a bunch of names that vaguely.
yes,
kindled
yes,
some
yes,
sort
yes,
of,
yes. I mean, everyone else is probably doing
memory.
big tours, but it's just a really cool spot.
Like you said, Hawksley Workman.
Dude, he said Sloan. I was like, I haven't heard that name in...
But I want to go to Sloan or Big Sugar. Like it's just
Name
What
me a
did
Big
Big
Sugar,
Sugar
song.
sing?
Yeah, quickly. I know they have one hit.
Yeah,
that
they
will-
have one
I know they have
song.
one, like,
I think
big...
it's the song about Alberta. Bow, bow, bow. Hole in the head.
definitely not.
Hole in the heart. Hole in my heart.
Hold on.
Anyways, just the way it's set up, it's a cool spot to see a show, and apparently there's a nice beach out there, natural beach, and I'm also thank you again to Casey Corbin who put it together. Like this guy's the king of Ottawa Valley comedy. And it's
shout out to
it's,
Casey.
It's so great when you go to some place and there's a green room and they ply you. You know
I
what
get
I
it.
mean?
So when they have all the fixings of you being famous when you're clearly not.
they just treat,
Well, that's how they land the big bands,
Of
like
course.
slow.
they just treat any performer sort of like you just
get
feel a
it,
little
yeah.
special, and it was awesome.
10 years from now, they'll get Nickelback.
And also, this is the first week back, or no, first Ultra Music Festival since like lockdowns. I mean, not that
So you're streaming it, obviously.
streaming it obviously from Miami. I mean, Miami never closed, but they didn't have this, and just seeing. I mean, I'm just in full like techno mode.
So they don't have any songs that I like right off the top of my head. I'm like, oh, that song, but maybe I'd have to hear
If
them.
you hear
to,
them, you know them.
I mean, they can't be good. There's no fucking.
Last week I was watching all the Lollapaloozas, which is crazy because the Foo Fighters were headlining,
And what's his name died?
and I watched him the night before he died.
Oh, no way.
Well, streamed it, but yeah.
No, but he played
he
the night
played,
before he
yeah,
died. No
exactly.
fucking way. Yeah, he had all sorts of drugs in his system.
Dude,
They
so-
just found
But he'd
out.
been clean for 10 years.
Oh, no way.
Well, this is the
Well,
thing.
maybe it was
Mary's a huge Foo Fighters fan, so I'm like, Mary, did you see that the drummer died? And she was like, oh my God, what happened? And I was like, well, it was in Colombia, so I'm going to make an assumption. She goes, no, he was 10 years sober. It's impossible.
But they
And I
found a
was-
bunch of drugs in his system.
I wonder if that's just like, dude, I'm in Colombia.
I-
If I'm not going to do coke here, where am I going to do coke?
was
That was the weird
thinking-
thing. There was no coke.
Opioids and
was
there's
it was like-
probably some coke
yeah.
in there. But what I think it is just the lockdown stress and then the release of doing like it was in Chile and like there were so many people.
That's what
that
you're going with, Dr. Phil?
I have a feeling they
just
toured
cut
throughout,
loose.
but maybe
Just
I'm
cut
wrong.
loose. I think like the way Dave Grohl was like, guys, it's so good to be back. Everyone
Okay,
was sort
maybe.
of.
Yeah, okay.
It was who was it? It was the headliners were Miley Cyrus, Foo Fighters, and the Strokes. The Strokes are good. You like the Strokes?
Love
eh?
the Strokes. I mean, I like two other songs, but that's
Yeah,
all I know.
that's all you need. That's all you
and
need.
they're two good songs. So
Yeah. So
it's funny. I said to my brother one day, I'm like, do you even like music? Because I can't remember ever like watching him listen to music. He's like, yeah, I love music. I'm like, well, what kind of music do you like? And he was like, I like the Strokes.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
they're just that grungy rock sound. They just did it the best.
yeah, I
and
know,
they were
but
good.
what other band is like the Strokes?
The Killers.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're like.
Ugh, no, I don't like that comparison.
I think I just used the. Anyways, music festivals are back. It feels good to be back, and that was my week.
It's funny, Simon, because I don't look at you as someone who listens to music.
Nor do I.
And that's not to say I don't think you haven't listened to music in the past. We obviously have established you're a Beastie Boys.
Yeah, no, I
aficionado.
know tons of music, but you're right. I don't like. I would never put on music at home unless I was playing it on my record player.
And driving,
so
you listen
weird.
to podcasts.
I
more than
listen to
music.
podcasts all the time. Yeah, it's
I'm not lying. I probably listen to 8 hours of music a week. give or
yeah.
take.
No, I if I listen to an hour of music a week,
Yeah, that's what I
that
meant.
would
Though, is
be
I didn't. I
that
didn't-
would be
yeah.
something
I listen to 5 hours a day minimum.
of music.
Yeah.
Well, he's at work too, right? You can't listen to podcasts
I-
all day.
Oh, I could. Yes, I would. I need to feel like I'm learning
When
something
I'm
or
working,
getting something.
music's better.
or-
When I'm walking to work, podcast is better. I find that.
Anyway, Simon, how was your week?
My week was all right. Whatever. I watched that vegan thing. Did you guys watch that? That vegan. You did.
Oh yeah, the
Bad
woman, the restaurant.
vegan?
Yeah, yeah. I'm only 2
Kamar,
episodes
you
in.
have to watch it.
I saw
Remember the plain sight one?
Ducked it in plain sight.
You know how you're yelling at the television screen? It's that type of like frustration you're feeling. It's a totally
meat.
different thing.
Eat
There's
some meat.
no.
That's what you're screaming. Just eat some.
No,
fucking
no, it had
meat.
nothing
No,
to do
no,
with
it has
vegan. It's
nothing to do with veganism. It's a
This
guy
chick
who
started a
scams
successful.
her.
This chick started a very successful empire.
I thought the same thing, Kamar. I didn't watch it for a long time because I was like, I don't want to watch some vegan thing. You know
has
what I
nothing to
mean?
do.
Nothing.
Has literally
Zero.
nothing to do with veganism.
Well, it does that she owned a vegan restaurant, but that was it.
But I'm just saying, I would say that outside of
But
that,
it's really good.
It's very crazy. You can't believe that it happens. Very good. I don't know if good is.
Atlanta was my jam. This
It's
week.
worth watching for sure. And then I was watching the Final Four or the
Sweet 16,
the March Madness.
Sweet 16.
Dude, that St. Peter's, is it St.
They're a
Peter's?
really small
St.
school.
Pete's.
That's crazy. That's a crazy story. That's a New Jersey
the first time in history.
university. They have like 3,000 people who go. I watched that game the other night. It was so exciting. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's good basketball. I just can't
the
get into
one
it.
and done. I just always cheer for the underdog. So you don't have to know who the team is. You just have to know that these guys aren't as good
And
as
they're
these
not
guys.
all NBA players. Like they're not. There are super tall
No,
guys.
some of them are
There's-
for sure not going to
Yeah,
make the NBA.
yeah,
Like most of the point guards are tiny.
Yeah.
They're like, if they're 6 feet, I'd be surprised.
Well, most of those guys from St. Pete's aren't going to the fucking NBA. That's for sure.
Oh no, I'm talking about
Yeah, I
through
know.
the
I get
tournament.
it. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
no, those same. But I mean, they might make their name now. You know,
And the games are very fast.
the games are very fast. They're
20-minute halves
yeah,
or
it's
something.
crazy. It's crazy how fast they are. That's why you never see scores in the hundreds or even
Isn't it
close.
2 15-minute halves?
No, I think it's 20
Might even
minute
be
halves.
50 minutes. I was thinking that was.
Well, if it's 2 20-minute halves, it's not that much shorter than a basketball game. Basketball's 12-minute quarters. So you're looking at 8 extra minutes.
That might be the difference, though, with all the timeouts and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm
Like,
just saying.
And foul trouble and bonus, all that stuff really comes into play in college. Like the foul shots is everything. I mean, in the sport in general.
Yes, free throw shooting tends
Free
to
throws,
be,
thank
yeah.
you.
Anyways, yeah, good times. And then yeah, I just fucking driving into potholes and
Holy, they've got to figure something out, eh?
Hold on. I've seen it. Listen, in their defense, I've watched them out this week completely.
here's the deal. Yeah, okay, sure.
That's
so
a
they're
temporary
out
fix.
filling potholes right now.
What do you want them to do?
A new technology on roads.
We were driving down the road the other night, and I know I've already complained about potholes, but listen, it was dark. We hit one. My wife screamed like we hit a moose. You know what I mean?
Was it carling?
Yeah, carling.
Carling is fucked.
But this thing was so big, Kamar, that you could literally hide a small child in it. Like
yeah, when they're filled with water, it's way worse.
it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's
It is
very
mental.
deceiving.
There needs to be an app made by the city where you can report the pothole, and they get out there within 24 hours to
Or
fix it.
incorporate it with Waze.
Yeah, sure.
There's a pothole in the
Oh,
next 100 meters.
Simon.
Kamar, brilliant.
It's actually not
incorporate
brilliant.
it with Waze. I like it.
It's not that great an idea because it causes accidents and traffic. But I was going to say,
People avoiding it, you mean?
yeah, to your point, when I lived in Montreal in like 2002 or 2003, the potholes were so bad that the police,
Quebec, yeah.
well, they wrote an article about how they were like, we're pulling over so many people for drunk driving, and none of them are drunk. It's all people just avoiding potholes, swerving like maniacs.
I mean, Montreal is a whole different story. The streets were all paved by the mafia, so it doesn't surprise me that they're all.
I'm sure the solution, like for just roads that don't do that, is probably not good for the environment. And you know, like I heard something about they put tires in the cement so it's a little more flexible.
I'm sure they could figure out
But they haven't.
biodegradable.
I take the bus and it's like you're holding on for your life.
It's ridiculous.
I'm ashamed to say that.
And then my other complaint, and then I'll be done, is about Tesla drivers. I don't know if you guys have noticed, Tesla drivers are terrible. And I don't know if that's because the demographic of Tesla drivers are old to begin with. So you just get like a lot of old Nancy's in their car who can't make up their mind. Or, this is what I was thinking on the way over here, is maybe because you have so much power, you're a little more hesitant. But they're terrible. Like just across the board.
Are they
Tesla
driving,
drivers,
though?
terrible. Yeah, they're
Simon,
driving.
the power
man.
thing is like, that's only if you have it on like Ludacris. It doesn't just
No.
always have.
Well, yeah, it always has
It's a sick pickup no matter
sick
what. you have.
pickup.
Yeah, but my
and-
point is, if you have it on the shittiest power setting, it doesn't have that pickup. That's what I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah? I did not know that. I thought it always just
Really? I thought it always did
came
too.
off the jump.
Well, that's the whole idea of ludicrous mode is that you get all this insane torque and power and pick up and jump off the line, but it's gonna just eat your battery up. So most people in the city are driving around on some sort of right because who needs to go 0 to 60 in fucking 2 seconds? In a city?
Look, I just assume that
Yeah, I'm
it
just-
had better.
I think it's a Tesla
just playing devil's
superiority
advocate, that's all.
complex is what you're dealing with. I just think they're better than everyone.
So they drive slow and stupid.
Could it be that the car is driving for them?
That's
I
what
said.
he said, but I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, especially slow, because if the car is driving for you, it's never going to speed, right? So in those areas where it's 40 and you're like, I should be doing 60 here. Why is it 40? Like I drove through I'm getting 2 tickets this week for speeding, and there was no cop there. It was one of those fucking school zones with the camera where it's like 35.
I'm glad you brought that up. We're going to talk about that in the post show.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck those pricks.
And that's it.
You got to catch me red-handed.
Potholes, Tesla, St. Peter's, and bad vegan. Boom.
Boom. How was your week, Matt?
I mean, you know, when you say your week sucks every week, it's probably going to suck this week. But I mean, Mary had COVID this week, so it sucked.
Did she isolate from you?
Well, I just hunkered down in the basement and I slept in the guest room. So like And anytime I was around her, I had a mask on. So
The whole thing doesn't make any sense.
That he didn't get it or something.
He didn't get it. Somebody I know shared a joint with Mary. They didn't get it. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Well, I
just,
think that the time when you can give it isn't the whole thing.
yeah,
right?
but Kamar, I got home from the podcast Sunday night,
Sunday night, a week
ago today, yeah. And Mary was like, "I'm really now." I hadn't eaten, and I sat here and did the podcast and drank 4 Red Bulls. So I got home feeling a bit.
You're not sure, psychosomatic.
Well, I was just like caffeine. Like I was like, I'm not feeling great. But Mary was like, I'm really not feeling well. And I didn't think about it. When she said I'm not feeling well, I was like, whatever. So we slept in the same bed that night.
Yeah.
And then it was the next morning I woke up and she had like ordered a bunch of tests. She was like, I tested positive, so don't come near me. And I was like, well, we already, like I probably got it. I took a test right away. I've taken a test twice a day for the whole week just to be sure.
You guys slept together.
No, not like that. We've been together. We've been together 10
Saturday,
years. There's not a lot of that.
Saturday and Friday?
What do you mean, Saturday and Friday?
Well, Sundays when she started showing symptoms, but from what I understand, it's like Friday and Saturday when she was actually like I think you spread it before you feel it.
She most likely got it at Ward on Friday or Saturday.
Well, yeah,
yes.
bar is going to be a good place to get it. But.
So either way, yes, I had all week.
And you
sucked.
tested? You tested? I had to take one of those on Friday.
Well, I wanted to make you guys feel better, Simon feel better. You know, I wasn't going to come in if I had any doubt. So.
Were you nervous when you did it?
No, this is my 7th one this week.
Oh,
so,
yeah, I did it for the first time, and I can't believe how far back you go.
You sneeze so much,
You
eh?
know?
I just sneeze. I get like 10 sneezes in a row.
Yeah, and your eyes water, but
Yeah.
it's like I would like.
I find
to
the
have
whole thing very exciting, though. The dropping of the thing and the
Chemical,
strong
yeah.
red lines. And
makes you feel like you actually got an education.
I would like to get one of those to clean my nose on a regular basis.
Ugh.
I don't think that's a good thing, that's sticking something that far up your nose.
I don't
It's
either.
like Q-tips aren't good for your ears, you know?
Not good for you. You're just not supposed to
You
use
can't
them on
even
your
go
ears.
in anywhere. Like,
No,
you
I
can
just
get
don't think
up
they're
your
good for
nose.
them, period.
That's what I'm saying. You're not
Yeah.
supposed to use them on your ears at all.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Sorry, I think you could get the crevasse up top.
Did you say crevasse?
Yeah. Crevice.
Yeah.
Cartilage.
I think you can get the spot up top with a Q-tip, but you're not supposed to put it in the actual
Yeah.
ear canal.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way when I was young. I went, fucking.
I'm
a
glad
friend
you-
of ours-
and she's feeling better. Sorry.
Listen,
That
Mary
was
doesn't.
so rude.
Mary doesn't know how to be sick.
So rude.
Mary has no idea how to be sick. So she's like, 2 days in, she was like, I'm just gonna do a run on the treadmill. I was like, you're a fucking
Oh,
idiot.
she doesn't take the proper rest.
Yeah, she doesn't take
Sorry,
the proper
Simon.
rest. Anyway, that was
That's
my
okay.
week.
A friend of ours used a Q-tip and gave himself vertigo.
Jesus.
Like punctured a drum. Or
That-
something.
I don't know if that actually happened, but enough, tampered enough that
No more balance.
All right, Kamar, can we get
like I had I thought something was stuck in my gum one time.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yas Queen?
And I took a toothpick and was so convinced that there was something there that I fucked up my gum for life. Like if you
Did a gouge.
like one of my gums is receding too much and I did it to myself. And your gums never grow back, right? Like it's not like after time.
get them
Flossing
grabbed.
helps them.
Helps them, but if you, like I said, I took a big part out of my gum, it's never coming back.
I'm sorry.
Well, don't be sorry. Just don't do that.
Don't
I
lose
guess
your
is my
teeth.
point.
Well, we don't have to worry about that much longer.
Because you're going to be dead.
No, we'll get on the post show.
What?
Free dental in Canada.
No,
We'll get to it in the post show.
that's not happening. That's never happening.
Whoa. I can't wait to talk about it. In the post show, join the Patreon now.
All right, Kamar, can we
Get
get
all the Canadian news you can't get on the fucking intraweb.
Yeah, we had a run-of-the-mill week, I'd say. Started off with 1794. I can't believe he's a comedian, Monty Franklin.
Seemed like a really nice guy.
Followed by 1795. I did not think he was a nice guy, Antonio Garcia Martinez. And we finish off with 1796, airing out his laundry in the beginning, Ali Sadiq.
doesn't want the gays raising kids?
That got so fucking
need
awkward
a
right
controversy,
in the
though.
middle
Bring
of
it
that
on.
podcast.
Weirdest hill to die on.
I see your true colors.
Yeah, very weird hill to die on.
Were they drinking?
I don't think
Does
so.
he
Cannot
drink?
confirm or deny that. It might have been, but
You know what dawned on me about all these podcasts and how much they drink sometimes? That most of them are recorded early.
day drinking.
Yeah.
It's not like after 5.
I mean, if all you got to do is a podcast, start drinking whenever the fuck you
But,
want. You
well,
know
hold
what I
on.
mean?
Joe
I
makes
don't-
it seem like he's a busy guy with a lot of stuff to do. It seems an odd flex to get Buffalo Trace wasted. In the
I
afternoon.
couldn't do it. I have the tiniest little bit of liquor, and then I have to sleep. Like,
Yes. But I think the guests, if you're going on Rogan, that's all you're doing that day. Like you may be looking forward
Yeah.
to going to dinner with him, or you might be catching a flight. but-
except you know that some guys are doing sets that night because you hear that all the time, right?
Comedians, yeah.
With like Mark Norman and them. Like after those shit-a-thons, they
none of them are
fucking-
headlining though. They're just doing
They're
a
just all
spot.
going and doing spots. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Kamar. They don't care if they tank.
You don't know if you tank when you're drunk. You think you're doing great.
That's right. Yeah. Or if you're on coke.
All right, we'll rate it. We'll start with you, Simon.
What are we rating? The week?
The week? Isn't that how we do this? Every week for the last
I'd
3
like to
years?
go last. I haven't given it a lot.
I give it a 1.
Oh, Kamar never gives a 1. Kamar's the most generous rater in the world. I'll give it a 2. 2 seems to be my 2 seems to be my standard recently. Don't know why.
Look at him and his complex arithmetic.
Yeah, what are you up to over there, Simon?
I'm just doing
3
some
numbers. How many ones do you have to
long
carry?
division. I don't know, man. I'll go right between the two of you. 1.5.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And listen,
Dare
that
to be different.
Ali Sadiq episode, I loved, but that little part, like no, because it's like
No,
finding
no, he really
out,
lost me there. I'm sorry.
It's like finding out that somebody is unreasonable, and then how can I go back to, you know, when one of your friends says something and you're like, oh, well, you're just fucking out to lunch, you know? If you can't, like, anyways.
I would just
we'll
say
get
a lot of people on the planet Earth would lose you then. Like, I don't think he's an outlier in his views as controversial. Or
Yeah, but Kamar,
I
a lot
guess
of people
more-
do
They
lose me.
are.
I guess more to the point then is, what are you fucking talking about it on Joe Rogan
doesn't
for?
give a
You know,
fuck.
like totally unnecessary, unprompted. It's not like Joe
No.
led him into it.
Joe totally let him into it.
I don't think so, but we'll talk.
Okay, well,
about
should we
it.
start with Ali Sadiq then, or how do you want to do this?
Oh yeah, we can do that. Sure, we
Okay.
might as well. We're already talking.
Yeah,
about him,
there we
right?
go.